You brush your teeth several times in a day. You even floss also several times in a day. You use that mouthwash also several times in a day. And you even wash your tongue and the whole of your mouth, but you still have that bad breath, what we call halitosis. Now, we have what usually causes that. Now, by the time you're getting to that extent, it means that you have a chronic bad breath, which is now halitosis, and we have several things that can cause that. One of which is very, 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 very common, and we are going to see some remedies that actually, one of them will work. You can try all of them because this is something that you can do at home. And trust me, one of them will work. To keep your mouth hygiene, sometimes it's good to do several things in your mouth because you still have some living organisms there. So you need to keep them under check because sometimes they can overgrow and they are going to do some nasty thing. Now, one thing you have to understand is, okay, don't actually understand. Let's go directly to some of the remedies that you can use. One of which is removing the tartar that you get in between your, that's calcification of some food debris and the bacteria that I mentioned that is building on them, calcifying that food. So they create what we call biofilms, and this is where now the bacteria is just living inside there. What will end up happening, you see, at the end of the day, you're going to eat something, especially something that contains carbohydrates, and they are going to break down that. So when they break down that and several other things that you're eating, like food containing meat, now meat has sulfur, and we have all of those. When you get sulfur being oxidized, you're going to get some really nasty breath. You have that bacteria in the mouth. Other things that you need to do is now I'm going to, this is something very simple. You see this? This is salt, very common. You actually have one. I would want you to, at the end of the day, maybe before you go to bed, just gargle or maybe brush your teeth using just lukewarm water. You add some pinch of salt just to taste. And then you brush your teeth and you rinse your mouth thoroughly. And then you do this 2 to 3 times in a week and you're going to see the difference actually. Now, if that does not work, you can use hydrogen peroxide, which is, I usually use this to dress wounds, to maybe wash my mouth. What you need to do, this is concentrated. This is 6%. Now, what you need to do is you dilute this 1:1, if I'm not wrong. So let me just first of all confirm. Yeah, equal volume of water. So if, for example, you're using half a glass of water, you fill the rest with this, but that will be excess. Just use this. So you just fill this with water, put it somewhere, and also fill it with hydrogen peroxide, dilute it there, and then you use that to gargle your mouth and also brush your teeth with that. And make sure you rinse everything out because you don't want to swallow hydrogen peroxide. Okay, it's not that toxic. So that bad because it will be broken down to oxygen and water. So you can use salt, you can use hydrogen peroxide, but if they are not working and even removing the tartar is not working, what I would want you to do is just wash your hand very clean. Make sure you don't have like long nails. And do you see almost at the back of your mouth, there is something we call tonsils. Just feel that area using your index finger. Is it? Index. Yeah, I think this is index. This is thumb, this is index. So use your finger to feel that area. Should you feel that you have like stones or something hard, those are the same thing that we call the tartar that usually collect between your teeth, but this time they are now collecting inside the crevices that are inside or they are close to or they are just around where you have the tonsils. So they get inside there. Those are just food debris. They get inside there, and because you don't remove them, they calcify, they become hard, and then bacteria just live there and form a biofilm to protect themselves from you just removing them. So that's exactly what's causing that bad breath. Even if you wash your mouth, even if you do anything, you will still have that. So what I want you to do is, if you are comfortable enough, just try to look for something soft like a cotton ball. Not cotton ball, what do you call earbuds? Something soft, and try to squeeze them out because those, unless you remove them, you will still not fix that issue. So you just remove all of them and wash that area completely with like lukewarm water containing some salt, or you can just go ahead and just use, this is a Colgate. I usually use this most of the time, but this one contains charcoal. And we have so many other brands. You can just go and look for the one that you prefer, but make sure it contains charcoal. Or if you can be able to create your own toothpaste using charcoal, I think we should do that in a video. How we can be able to create some very nice toothpaste using charcoal and several other things I'm going to show you. So yeah, I think we should do that. So you can just use this normally and you'll be good to go. Unless there is something totally wrong with you, you should have fixed your bad breath up to this point. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that if you usually suffer from tonsil stones, they usually form back there all the time. You'll have to make it a routine to be removing them all the time, or maybe you just have to have the tonsils removed because they contain crevices where the food will just go, and once they get there, calcification will happen and bacteria will find somewhere to stay, and they're going to break down that sulfur and they're going to give you that very, very nasty breath. So you'll have to make it a routine that maybe once in a week or twice in a week, you just check to see whether there is food inside those crevices, and then you remove whatever debris that you're going to find there. And you'll have to make it a routine and make sure that you make salt to be your friend, or maybe hydrogen peroxide. I actually don't recommend this one, but like I said in a previous video, it's something very nice to have in the house because you can use this to even dress the wounds, maybe in case maybe there's an injury in the house, or maybe something like povidone. You can just buy and have that in the house, but don't use povidone. It's just for dressing the wounds. You can use it in the mouth, but totally don't use that. Just let the doctors use that for you.